Hi, my name is Joey Morley. I'm going to help you understand how to upgrade HDX software in this video. I'm going to talk about how to find the documentation that backs up what I'm talking about. I'm going to go through the 4 very essential steps to upgrade HDX software, and then I'm going to show you how to use the web interface versus using a USB storage device. One isn't better than the other. They both have the same end result. It just may be that one of these fits your environment better than the other. So with that, I'd like to jump right over to Google because it's very intuitive to go to Google to ask Google, how do you update HDX 4000 software? Today we're talking specifically about an HDX 4000, and we are not talking about any management devices like a resource manager or CMA or having any accessories attached to the HDX 4000. We're just talking about upgrading the software on it by itself. So again, doing the very intuitive thing of going to Google will take you to Polycom Support website. But once you get to Polycom Support website, there's nothing glaring, flashing, hey, go here on how to update this software. You have to know which document to pull down, and that for this example is the installing software and options for Polycom's HDX systems. If you'll download that PDF, you'll see that it is 19 pages. It's been a very well written document. It has a ton of information in here and a lot of different examples, but we only need a little bit of this that's in here, so I'm going to help you find out exactly how to just upgrade a single HDX 4000 with no accessories. There are 4 steps that you need to be concerned with, and they're right here on the first page. You need to get your license numbers and system serial number together. With that, we'll go to the Polycom Support website to obtain key codes, and then we'll download the proper software version and extract the contents, and from that point we'll be at a crossroads to use the web interface or use a USB storage device to upgrade this software. So with that, let's find out how to get the serial number. And by the way, license numbers do not apply for this example because they would be things that you would have gotten in addition to the codec, which could be a multi-point license, 1080p license, maybe a Cisco TIP license, or even a Microsoft RTV license. Those are license numbers, and those will be on printed documentation in the box that your HDX came in. But today we're just talking about simply upgrading the software. So how do you get the serial number? Well, if you look on the back of the codec, it'll be on a sticker on the back. If you don't know where that is, then you can navigate to the IP address of the codec, and here we are at an HDX codecs web interface. From the home or welcome screen on the left hand side, if you go to tools and system information, there'll be a whole lot of information, but near the top will be the serial number. So there you go, and you can copy and paste that right into Polycom Support website. So I'm moving quickly here, but we're done with the first step. We've got the serial number. Next we need to take that serial number to Polycom Support website and get a key code. How do you do that? Well, on the support website you will go and log in. If you don't have an account, register. It's free. It's required, but it's free. Then on the left hand side under licensing and product registration, we're going to click on activation and upgrade. We're not dealing with cloud access, we're dealing with everything else, or something under everything else, which is an HDX. So you click that. We're looking for the single activation and upgrade, so we go to activate now under that section. We are now armed with our serial number. You paste that, click next, and you better click accept. Oh, I've already done that. Alright, well, because I've already ran through this, there's normally an accept screen. It's like a EULA, in-user license agreement. Just accept that. But anyway, once you're here, we're looking for the upgrade tab again, because for this example we're not doing anything with the licenses. Once you click on upgrade, you'll have the key codes to the applicable software versions. A couple things to point out here. If you get to this screen and there are no upgrade key codes for whatever reason, contact your Polycom representative. They'll help you out. The system is required to be under service in order to be able to generate these types of key codes. Another thing, if you are trying to go from a version that is a major jump from the latest version, so let's say you're on 2.0 and you're trying to get to 3.1, there's no direct path there. You must take the incremental step from 2.0 to 2.5 to 2.6 to 3.0 to 3.1. Very, very important. The time you will spend trying to troubleshoot the problems that come from taking a direct leap from 2.0 to 3.1, that time will be much better spent taking incremental steps. So we've got key codes now. We're done with the first two things. Moving on, now we're going to download the software file from the Polycom website. So right on that same page where we were, if you click the link below where the key codes are, it'll take you to the software download page. This is the software download page for basically any Polycom codec. Again, for today's example, we are just talking about the HDX 4000, so once this loads, that is where we're going to go, directly to the 4000. This internet connection is delightfully slow today. There we are. HDX 4000. Click that, and we're looking for the software. And once we get to this page, we'll see again that there are a lot of links. But if you look closely under downloads, you'll see a lot of different things, but the latest one is the HDX software version 3.1.2. Again, for those that maybe are upgrading from an earlier version than 3.0, you want to scroll down a little bit and click on previous HDX software and pick the software here that is older and download it so you can do the incremental. I'm scrolling down because it goes from the bottom up numerically, so 2.0 is down here and then 2.5 is up here, so download all those things. Click on the software download link and download that file. I'm not going to do it live because it's 83 megs. Once it's downloaded, it will look like this. It's a zip file. You right click on it, open the Windows zip that you're using and extract the file. It will extract a PUP file. It's very important. So we've done the first three steps. Now we've downloaded the software update file and we've extracted the contents. If you're doing that incremental thing I keep mentioning, rinse, lather, repeat until you get to the software version you're trying to get to. Now the only thing that's left is to install the software options and key codes. Again, there's 19 pages here and there's a lot of examples in between or all over this document that we're not concerned about for this example. So we're just going to click this hyperlink here. Actually, I know exactly which page it is, so if you want to know how I knew this, just read this whole document and you'll know. But page 8 on the bottom is installing a software update and system options on a single HDX system. That's our example today. We're not talking about peripherals like the Polycom Touch Control or Eagle Eye Director camera. We're not talking about a system that's managed by a CMA, a resource manager, just a single HDX system. Here is written step by step what you can do. I'm going to show you. If you go to back to the codec, then we mentioned earlier, go back to the web interface. We'll talk about the USB device here in a second. Go to admin settings. If your system has a password, you're going to put that in. Under general settings and software update, you click Polycom HDX system. It brings you to this screen. If you want to save some settings or the directory, you can click here and then restore those files later. Otherwise, click next. I'm not going to show this live because once you click that next button, it takes anywhere from 2 to 3 minutes to get to this screen, which is where you will choose the file, which is the PUP file from earlier. Point your HDX to that, click begin update, and you have updated your software. It will take several minutes, 10 to 20 minutes to run the update process, and it's going to reboot, etc. So that's how you do that from the web interface. If you go down just a little bit further from page 8, on page 9 it talks about how to update the system using the USB stick. Nothing changes except for how you actually do the update. This time, instead of navigating the web interface, we're going to just take a USB storage device and put that PUP file on it, plus a text file obtained from the Polycom website. The text file doesn't come from the Polycom website. The key code does. Well, that was step 2 earlier. We got a key code, right? Now that we know the key code, we can just put that into a text file. Before I show you the text file, I want to show you how to read or how to know what format to put it in. Again, if you want to know how I know the page numbers, just read this whole document. You'll figure that out pretty quickly. But top of page 6, use this file format for text files that contain license and serial numbers. Now, it doesn't explicitly say that, but this could be a license number or it could be a key code, right? So back on the support website, we got a key code. So pick the key code that applies to the version number that you're upgrading to and paste it in a text document. Once you've done that, tab one time and then copy and paste the serial number. Save it as keycode.txt. Put that file along with the pup file onto a USB drive. Let's go back down here and talk about what else to do after that. Then you just put that USB storage device. By the way, it's very important. You store those pup and text files on the root of USB storage device. Don't put them together in a folder. Put them on the root of the USB storage device. Then you put that into the system. You'll be prompted on the screen to update the software, and the same thing. It'll take 10 to 20 minutes, reboot the system, you'll be good to go. If you're doing the incremental upgrades, rinse, lather, repeat until you get the software version that you want. So we've talked about these things. Thank you for your time. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to your Polycom representative.